Okay. Hey, Aaron, how we doing, buddy? Let's see. We're seeing everything here. Yes, fantastic. Okay, we are working all right. How's everybody doing? I am super not prepared because I was camping all weekend. Didn't get a whole lot of 3D printing done. Oh, but hang on. Let me get my microphone more better put on. Kind of forgot about that. There we go. Now we should be better. Yeah, so I was camping all weekend, and we had Pinewood Derby today, which was super fun. Luke came in third, hot dog. And yeah, so I have not had a ton of time to do all 3D printing. I did do some. We'll talk about some here in a minute. Let's see, what else has been going on? I'm editing 2 videos right now, and it's going very slowly because we all know how much I absolutely love editing. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm trying to get on it to get it done. Okay. But yeah, so I've been trying to print more with a couple different filaments. So you guys saw, I mean, the thumbnail is protopasta filament, if you're unfamiliar with it. And I subscribe to their endless possibilities. So you get you can kind of pick what you get. I'm subscribed to the 3 spools every 2 months or 3 months. I don't remember how often it is. It's a little too often, I think, because I'm not printing as much as I really want to. But it's nice to have the variety of colors around because I only have maybe about a dozen or so colors. So it's nice to have a lot of different ones. And yeah, so I had those, again, the ones you saw in the thumbnail there. But then I just got a new box in of some interesting colors. This came in like Wednesday. So we've got kind of like a teal and mint mixture in there, which I'm sure my wife will kind of love. And then we have this blue to kind of baby blue. This is partly cloudy blue. What was this one called? This was called Seafoam Green. This is partly cloudy blue, so it goes from like those darks to lights in there, which might make a pretty interesting color print. And then this is partly sunny yellow, and it's a very, very soft pastel-y yellow, I'll call it. So very Eastery color, I will say. Very Eastery color. And then I'd got in a couple other ones in. I'd got in a Hatchbox yellow. I needed a new yellow for a project I'm working on. Hatchbox never steered me wrong. I haven't gotten it in a long time though, but I picked up this because I have my first bum roll of Ziltech filament, surprisingly. So I think it might be because I left and I kind of forgot about it in my filament dryer. So it stayed in there for a while. But now, as you can see, I mean, it was in there so long, it deformed the spool. I don't have it on that high. It's a dehydrator. But the filament has become incredibly brittle. I mean, incredibly brittle. So I think I overbaked it, and maybe I annealed it, I guess. But I screwed the entire spool. And I've never had a bad spool from them, ever, really. So I'm guessing it's me. But yeah, I have to trash this whole spool because it just keeps on breaking and I don't know what to do. I tried putting it in for another couple days, pulled it back out again, and then it just breaks and breaks and breaks. It's not terribly, well, did this die? Oh man, my little thermometer and humidifier gauge here died. I wonder if I have a battery for it. I've had these things for 7, 8 years. This is a A76, but it looks like an LR44. It looks like an LR44. Let me grab one of those real quick. But it's not that humid right now because it's not raining that much. So Don't know what I did with it. I mean, I'm curious if anybody else has ever really cooked a spool too long and had that happen to them. Hey, we're working again. I want Fahrenheit though. I want Fahrenheit. Can I change that real quick here? Fahrenheit. So it's 40% humidity, 76 degrees here in the office. It doesn't feel that warm. It feels a lot cooler than that. But yeah, definitely not too humid right now, as it's not raining very often. Actually, hasn't rained in a couple weeks. So I don't know, but I'm bummed that I kind of killed that spool. But I'm happy to get the new yellow in, and that's a project that I need to do soon. I also have, did I show you guys the Ryobi green? I don't know if I showed you guys that. I got this in a couple weeks ago. My office is a mess because, again, I've been just running around too much. I haven't had time to clean anything. But I want to make these Ryobi battery holders. And looking online, this is the closest to Ryobi green that I could find. Where's my... I mean, it's pretty doggone close. You probably won't be able to tell the difference on camera. Maybe you can a little bit. It's pretty close. I mean, the Ryobi green's a little bit darker, but it's not bad. So this is Overture's matte grass green is what this is. Haven't even printed with it yet. It's still brand spanking new. I'll throw it in the dryer for, you know, just a couple hours before I start printing with it. But I want to print some battery holders and mounts for some of my gear. And I bought that for it. But again, it's a project I have not gotten around to yet, sadly. But battery's on charge. But yeah, that was that. Another film I'm printing with. Okay, so a while back, we had talked about all the craze was those dual extrusion filaments or tri-extrusion filaments. So they are filaments that come with either 2 or 3 different colors extruded in there. They try to be like complementary. So the first spool that I pulled out is a red and gold. And I printed a fish here. I have a few other things printed, but again, I just wanted to try something different. So last week in my live stream, you guys know that I was printing out the sea animals for my daughter. And like the good creator I am, I didn't take a single photo of any one of those things that I printed. And I didn't want to reprint all of them because that's just a pain to re-queue everything up, get all the filament dry again and put it back in there. But anyway, so I tried on the angelfish. I tried this guy here. So let's see if this works. Okay, so ignore the front because that's where the support was. It did not, this filament does not work out well with support because it's a silk filament. So you can see it's mostly red, a little bit of gold in there. But if you flip it around, it's totally gold there. The back, you can kind of see the transition was pretty perfect right on there. He was printed up like this with a bunch of support under here. Is the best I could do. It came out a lot better with the other filament, with the Protopasta. It did not look this rough. Obviously that front looks pretty doggone rough. Getting the support off of this material was not very easy. Just because it really likes to hold. Like silk filament really likes to like hold on tight. And generally speaking, I've always had to print silk filament at a higher temperature than I would for like any standard PLA, which is fine. It's just a little different. And then on the belly, you can really start to see like the transition. Can you focus on this guy? Yeah, you can see like where it starts to transition a little bit on the belly there. But this came out better than some of the other prints that I had done with this filament. I just had wished that it would do something better. Because like when I printed it on, so here is a cube. I don't know if I've shown this one before. But a Volron test cube. And you've got a really gold side. you've got a mostly red, somewhat gold side, a red side, and then a mostly gold, somewhat red side. But you can really see defects in the print. I printed this way too fast when I did it. And then up top, it just does not look great. And the bottom does not look great. So this filament is really not good for a geometrical shape. It's really good for organic shapes, kind of like that fish is, but for something like this, it's not great. Yeah, layers don't stick, but supports do. That's why you do have to usually print silk filaments a little bit hotter, usually 5 to like 10 degrees hotter than a normal PLA to get them to really stick. But again, the transitions look a lot better in that one. I still have not printed any of my V0.2 parts or reprinted any of them. I'm going to try and make a effort sometime in the next few weeks. It just has not, I've not had time to really do it. Our family's leaving probably early June to go back to the US, and I'll have the whole month kind of just to do what I want, as I won't have the kids or the wife around. So I think I'm really going to try and push to get all the parts done, and then I can do some like longer live streams, like Saturday, do like a whole Saturday afternoon to evening, which will be morning to afternoon for those of you in the US. Just to do like a nice long live stream. I can just work on it for 6 hours and not have to worry about taking care of kids or anything like that. So I'm really going to push hard in the next few weeks to get that ready so that come June, I can knock out that build. I know I've been trying to say I'm going to do it soon, but I'm going to set an official time of the month of June to do that build. I'm hoping, if I ever remember, to buy the top hat. I need to buy the acrylic because I've decided I'm going to switch up the extrusions, have some blue, have some of the pinkish red in there, I think. I'm still not 100% sold on that, but I think that's what I'm going to do. And but by doing that, I'll be able to cut down some of the extrusion for those top pieces of the top hat and have that. It's just the only thing is I think you'll see the end cuts because I don't think that has corners on it, does it? Let me look that up real quick. Look at the top hat here real quick. If it does have the corners, then it really won't matter. I'm just afraid you're going to see the ends of the extrusion. Okay, so you won't see the ends of the sidebars. You'll see the ends of the tops. I always print those upside down so that the anodized part, there we go, the anodized part is up and it's the same color and you're not seeing the silver of the inside of the extrusion. Why is this not working? There it is. Okay, they are covered. Okay, they are covered on the 0.2 deal. Oh, this is a top hat without aluminum profiles. Ooh, that's interesting. It's an interesting model here. Let me switch over there. So this is your 3D printing those sidebars instead of worrying about extrusion. That's not half bad. Is it only the one part? I mean, I could do it on the FT5. I could do it on, I mean, I would probably do that. I guess does this have to be an ABS really? I guess it would. But again, the FT5, I'm just having little issues with that, with the accuracy of it. But on a part like this, I don't know how accurate it really needs to be. It just needs to be able to print big. I mean, I could do it on, if I cover Bumblebee, I'm pointing down, Bumblebee's under the desk. He's got a big nozzle. and a big build surface, so could print those larger parts in that. That's a possibility. Yeah, PTG, I just don't have those colors though. That's the problem. I don't think I have white PETG. I definitely don't have that blue PETG because I'm almost out of the blue ABS. Which does have me a little bit concerned because if I do need to reprint most of the parts, I need to see what I can print. I probably need to order another spool of that. But yeah, I do not have any white PETG up here. I should all be PLA in that. That's all PLA there. I don't have that. The kids were in here. They had a birthday party, and they came and they wrapped a gift in here on my floor. And I've got Scotch tape stuck to the floor here. Goofy kids. Oh, excuse me. I do need a 3D print for this. So maybe I'll design this real quick tonight and get this going. But I don't know how in the world my kids broke this. But anyways, so a while ago there were some toys from Target. And they used these poles, different colors, and each color signified a different length. So this is like the medium size, red was longer, purple was short, the joiners are all, like the straight ones are purple, the T's are red, the right angles are yellow. Anyways, this somehow broke, and I have no idea how my kids broke this because this plastic is pretty thick. It's like they kind of crushed it a little bit. So I'm going to repair it with some tape, but I don't think tape is going to really hold this well. So I want to make a quick little 3D printed plug to put in there and then glue that and then maybe just glue it. If I could just super glue this with that plug in there. But we need to do some quick modeling, which I don't even need to model. I guess we could show that real quick, that you don't need to model this. You can just do it in Prusa Slicer. So let me figure out, it's not gonna have a lot of shear force that way though. But we're gonna print it on the Mark III because printing this on support will be much better. So let's load up Prusa Slicer and I will walk through that with you guys. If you've never known how to do that, because we're just going to use the basic shapes. Remind me tomorrow. I know there's a new version out. I don't feel like updating right now. Okay. So in Prusa Slicer, you just right click over here, add shape. We're going to do a cylinder. And then we're going to then size it. We're going to move me over here. There we go. Okay, we all can see that over here now. So we're going to uncheck the little locking doohickey there. And we need to measure the inside of one of these. Let me get my calipers real quick. We're going to do it right. And oops, we need to switch over to, nope, I don't want 0 that. I want 0 there. I want to switch this back to millimeters. Like that. Thinking 17 mil is what it's looking like. Yeah, 17 mil. So we'll do 16.9. So we want our X to be 16.9. Want our Y to be 16.9. And then we want Z to be, let's see if I do this like this. There we go. Let's do 30 mil. Oh, wait. 16.9. Oh, those are, oh my goodness, I was typing the wrong ones. Okay, leave it at that. I was on the wrong one. 16.9. 16.9. 30 mil. Okay, so we've got our cylinder. Now, because we don't want our shear force to be this way, we want it to be this way so that it can't shear if this was to break again like that. So to do that, we're just going to rotate this guy. And we're just going to rotate it on X 90 degrees. And there's just because I like it being that way. And then we can do two things now. We can have this print on support. Okay, so if we just say, okay, let's move this up to 10 mil up. Okay, we're gonna do supports, build plate only. Oh, stop doing that. Yeah, we could do a plane cut. All right, we'll do a plane cut. So we're going to go ahead and do cut here, and then we're just going to pull it down. About there's fine. And then we're just going to keep the upper part, perform cut, and there we go. So we don't need any support. We're going to give this guy a good bit, do 40%. We're going to do 5 perimeters, 5 top, 5 bottom. And then we're going to make the infill support cubic. And that should be good and strong. Actually, let's do adaptive cubic maybe. Yeah, adaptive cubic. We want that one. That'll do it. And just asking, what's your recommended printer? And then what Aaron just said, I guess, what is your budget? And do you care the size of the printer? Because that will definitely change things up. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and send this to the Mark 3S. And let that go. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go back to here. I'll move this back over here. I like it over there. And then back to here. Okay. Hopefully this fits all right. And then, yeah, I just have Protopasta loaded in there. So we're just going to go ahead and do it with that. So I don't have to reload filament. But Protopasta is pretty solid. If you print it at a higher temp, it usually will stay pretty strong. I don't know, where does this thing work here? Oh, shnikes. That's how that works. Yeah, I have a few other things here I need to fix. Try to do this. That's, of course, super helpful that I just ripped that out. Doesn't fit. I don't know, where am I going to do that? Your parent, you understand my pain of you get left a bunch of things on your desk or your workbench, all the stuff your kids need you to fix. All the time. All the time it's that way. I need to find one of my small screwdrivers to do this. I don't understand the thing's supposed to stay on there, though, because it doesn't stay on at all. So I think we're just going to do the good old method of hot glue. The age-old way of fixing stuff. But it's this goofy little microphone. This guy, just throw a glue stick in. Need a battery. Turn that on, let this sit there for a minute. I guess Andrew left because he didn't answer, so I'm guessing he's not watching. We tried. Put my calipers back now. Okay. Also have to charge up all my batteries from using them over the weekend. Okay, that's printing away. And that should be good and strong, assuming that it fits well. My math wasn't, or my measurements weren't off, then it should fix this pretty quick and easily, hopefully. Let's see, do we have anything else that I've been working on? I don't really think so. I'm actually a little bit mad at myself, again, for printing all these different sea creatures. They actually all came out really well on a lot of the printers, but I just didn't happen to take any photos of any of them. And I already gave it to her to take to school. So much for that, influencer. I don't know if I said this. I did get the La Potato queued up and ready for going into the V0. So I've already put an image on here. I don't think I've booted it, but I did put it on they've got their little 3D printed DIN rail. Okay, you just pull that and that flexes. It goes on to a little DIN rail piece, which I don't know what I did with them. But anyways, so at least I have the hardware working. And then a little while ago, again, I was cleaning out my stuff and I bumped into a Pi Zero. Fantastic. This is going to go back to being Teletron. And then, where did I put it? Ah, yes. I followed the Raspberry Pi, what's it called? It's the RPi Locator Twitter account. And I was able to score a second one from the UK. And again, I really just wanted to have this as a spare to have around. I'm trying to catch Protopasta when not Protopasta, oh my goodness. Trying to catch Adafruit when they have stock, but they sell out so fast. They get like 100 units, 90 to 100 units, usually is what I see on Twitter. They sell out in minutes. And I never get the tweet early enough to be able to see that because I'm either at work or I just don't hang out on Twitter. So I miss it half the time. Yeah, the printable DIN rails, well, I can't say if they'll be very good or not, but we'll have to wait and see. Thought I had one. Wait, is this one here? Yes, but this one's a little over extruded. So while it does work, it's a smidge over extruded. I'll probably be able to show this or not. Let's try this. So you see it there, okay, and then this just goes here like that. But see, it's not quite down yet because it's a little bit over extruded there, but it is on there fairly securely. It's not quite all the way crouched on there. So I need to reprint the DIN rail parts, and then that should be working better. But yeah, I was happy to get that finally ready to go. Charge this battery still. Yep. It said it's going to take 34 minutes to print that. See how it goes. That's really been the most of everything I've been doing. That's trash. Oh, the hot glue is ready. Let me hot glue this real quick. Nope, get all the way on there. Get all the way on there. No, dang it. It started to dry too fast. Dang it. Because my air conditioner is right here above me. Dang it. Anyways, while I do this, if anyone has any other questions, let me know. I'll try to get this off real quick. Thinking about getting Ryobi's little hot glue gun, the little like dockable one. That one seems pretty cool. I want to get their rotary tool because I hate, not the rotary, yeah, the rotary tool and their soldering iron, because I really dislike having my soldering iron have to be tethered to my desk, and it's only so long of a cable. I don't always solder on it. I might solder at my computer, at my printers. It makes it really difficult to solder when my soldering iron is over here in the corner and my printers are all the way over there. Because sometimes I can just do a quick fix while it's on the shelf. That's a lot more expeditious than getting it off the shelf, moving it over here, making space, working on it, then putting it back. That just takes too long half the time. I think we got it ready to go now. Mostly, maybe. Shouldn't stick well. All right, we're going to do it over here. Don't have the air conditioner cooling it down so fast. Okay, and then we're going to just push, 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 like that. Perfect. And then we'll just carve off the over bit. Or I can just do it this way, I guess. That's hot, 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 hot. So if you get hot glue on your hands, as per Adam Savage, just roll your fingers together real quick. He did a whole video on that one time. Found it quite amusing. But I was like, yeah, it's hot. Just rub it between your fingers. It cools down real quick, and you make it into a ball, and it comes right off. You let it sit on your finger, hot glue will really hurt. All right. Now that's done, and that's off. And now we have a functioning toy again. Hot dog. It's appealing, but I think it's like $100 or something like that. So we're really trying to justify the purchase. I did justify a new set of helping hands. I don't think I've shown this. Let me unplug it here. Oh, that's the wrong one. That one. There we go. So I got one of these big guys to really help out. Super flexible. The gaiters are not very strong. which is great because a lot of the times they like crush my cables. It comes with a battery-powered magnifying glass, which is great. And then it comes with these Wii standoffs for PCBs, which is very cool. So you can actually set your PCB in there. Let me see if I can. I can open up this little Pi Zero real quick. It wasn't too bad. I think it was like it was on sale for like $45. I've had my little helping hands, like the little one that everyone has, the generic 2 gators with the magnifying glass, for quite a long time, and it has never been like the most useful thing to me because I'm always finding myself wanting a little bit more, a little more functionality or something like that. But it's great because these little standoffs, you can see, they just go, and like the PCB is, I mean, it's, once you stick it on there, you give it a little push down, it holds it quite well. And it just does that. So I'm looking forward to, even if I don't use the magnifying glass, I might use it just as a light, just to give me a little more right on there. And again, just having the multiple hands that can do, and again, they're not super duper rough, which is, again, you can damage cables that way. You can damage electronics because if they're too tight. You can change the brightness on this thing. Yeah, I mean, I think it was well worth the sale price of $45 or $48 that I got it for. I have hot glue all over my desk now. It's fantastic. But thankfully, I have this little silicone mat that I have no idea where I got it from. I think I got it when I had my little, everyone starts out again, their first hot glue gun is the little yellow Stanley one off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. It came with that little silicone pad. I use that all the time with my, you know, much bigger, better hot glue gun now. Yes, you can slide them in the grooves. Yeah, yeah. If it doesn't have holes, you can use the sides of those little trees, I'll call them, to hold your PCBs as well. So, yeah, I am excited to do some soldering projects with that because my son said he wants to work on a battery, lights, and a switch. And I still have my big Arduino kit right here, right there. And it has all those different parts in it. It's got LEDs, it's got switches, and I'm bleeding now. Oh, I need to put the PCB away. But anyways, it can do all of those things. It has the equipment there to do all of those. So I think maybe next week sometime I'll try to pull that out one evening and pull out the different parts that we would need to be able to do a little project like that. And I think we'll go ahead and do that. And then again, I'm bleeding and I'm out of my shop towels. Which are up there. I'm not getting them down right now. Dang it. It's fine. What else? Kids aren't listening to the wife. Uh-oh. So, I don't know what they're yelling about. But at least she's here to take care of it. For now. Yeah, it's really been all the projects I've been working on. Again, okay. Boys gonna be 8. Good gravy. Yeah, I still have 2 5 and under, so it is still quite the struggle some nights for bed or just generally listening. It can still be a struggle. Plug both batteries in now. Great. But 8, good gravy. Yeah, it's both of yours. What else was there? yeah, I think that's really it. Again, I'm gonna really try to get some more printing done this week on a few projects that I'm trying to work on. Try to get these videos edited. PCBWay is waiting for me to get the PCBWay video up. And hopefully that will be either later this week or early next week when I can get that one done. And then what was the other one that I was working on, or I thought I had to work on? I said I had two that I was going to work on, right? Oh, the Sculpt Fun video. I'm not editing. I've started editing some of the early stuff, but I still need to finish editing the actual, like, actually film the actual review of that. Oh yeah, because they're the same day. I forgot about that, Aaron. You're right. I just found out one of my coworkers has the same birthday as me. I was like, what the heck? Didn't know that at all. I mean, we're 15 years difference in age, but not quite 15, maybe 10. But yeah, so the PCBWay video should be up very soon. I need to do the Sculpt Fun. I still have to do this 3D scanner video and these filament reviews, like that multicolored one, to do that. And yeah, that's most of the stuff that I need to get done. I just need to make the time to actually film the videos. But I really need to clean up my office because I just have parts and stuff everywhere. My kids left. I've got a karaoke machine here that apparently needs fixed. I need the keyboard here that apparently needs fixed. They just bring things in and leave it for me to fix. I'm like, great. I need to do like an inbox somewhere that they can just put toys that need fixed, and I can do an outbox of stuff that's been fixed and let them go that way. It's okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I really want to get that video finished because, I mean, I am super glad they did that for me and I was able to print so much more with that printer now. So also really need to get that thing tuned in. Oh, that was the other thing. So, did taxes this year, and funny enough, I've made so little on YouTube. They're like, yeah, don't worry about claiming that. I thought that was quite amusing because I've usually claimed at least something every year, but I guess 2022 was just so low on all platforms. They're just like, yeah, don't worry about claiming that. Even Amazon was like, yeah, don't worry about it. IRS doesn't care for the couple bucks that it made. Check. I always try to check AliExpress every couple months. Because I'm really looking the Mark IV. I mean, my Mark III is doing okay still, but definitely starting to see its age a little bit. It really is. And I'm kind of curious on what to really do about that or with it. Because it is now, when did I get that? I got that I ordered it in, I guess I ordered it in like the spring of 2018 and got it like the fall of 2018, right after I moved to my last place. So it's now roughly 5 years old, roughly, maybe a little less than that. That's a lot of time on it. It really does. And while I could give it some TLC, maybe buy all new bearings for it, do a teardown of it, I don't know if I want to do that, honestly. I really don't. But it might be worthwhile to buy some of those, what are the Japanese bearings? I forget the name of them anyways. To just buy a new set of bearings for it, for the X, Y, and Z. Z's probably fine, but at least X and Y. TKOs, that's it. Yes, thank you very much. Just to give it some TLC. I just haven't really decided if I want to do that or not. Because while it does print well, there's a few things. I mean, obviously, someone pointed out on the Discord that yes, my probe is a bit angled. I have a new mount here printed for it, ready to go. I printed this. I don't know how long ago I printed this. I think this actually was supposed to be for a different printer. Because I think this is Atomic's filament that I printed for one of the printers, but then it was the wrong probe because it didn't have a pinda on it. It had the larger probe, so I printed this instead. So, and this is also the, oh my goodness, what is the name of that extruder that I put on there instead? Oh man, what was the name of that? It's that one guy that came out with a really good one that was almost identical, but it was easier to take apart. Does it say on it? It's got like that honeycomb front on it. Man, I can't remember the name of that. But anyways, that is the replacement for that guy that needs to go on there eventually. So do I think I might have some TKOs still. Element 8 UUs. No, these are all cheapos. I mean, but honestly, even putting some new cheapos on there that are lubed up might be okay, but I think I'll buy some TKOs. And because what does it need? It needs 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It needs 10. I need 10 for a Mark III. Yeah, butter something. That was it. Butter. I don't know. I do not remember what the heck it was called. Buttersworth. Butterworth. Yeah, Butterworth Design. Yeah, that's it right here. Yeah, Butterworth. This is it. So this was the new parts. And this makes it easier because you only have to remove this yellow part here in order to remove the hot end, which made it much easier than what Prusa did with the way their design was. Yeah, the N4A is what I have. And it works out really well. But yeah, they moved some of the design. I don't know. Either way, it works out well. I really like it, and I just need to install that at some point. Let me find these TKO bearings. KO, MK. I haven't bought these in a while either. They still sell TKOs? M8UU. Those are not TKOs. These have a weird brand on them, and I'm not familiar with it. It looks like it starts with an F. 8U. Yeah, so it's about $40 for 10 of them with shipping. So about $4 a piece after shipping. MYT from Triangle Labs. But then Triangle Lab also has TKOs. Never heard of MYTs before. They're cheaper, but not by much. They're like 50 cents cheaper. And I don't see TKOs on Amazon at all. What's the brand on these? Fish bearing. That sounds super legit. Fish bearing. Yeah, but there's no TKOs on Amazon. Shucks. Yeah, I see them on Ali, but Amazon's just faster. I mean, it's all slow for me, but like Amazon's at least a little bit faster. Getting it to the destination, then gets to me. Excuse me. That's interesting. All right. Well, I think that's really it for tonight. Actually, how much longer does this print have to do? Because I'd like to see if this actually. It still has another 15 minutes left. I'm not going to wait that long. So I think I'm going to call it there. So thank you all that hang out. I guess pretty much Aaron. I don't know if anybody else was out there. No one else was saying anything, but me and Aaron just chatting, hanging out for, an hour. But yeah, so I hope to do some more of these again. Try to do them every weekend. So I think I'm around next Saturday. If I do it Saturday, I'll try to do it on Sunday. Again, it really just depends on the schedule. School's coming to an end, so there's lots of events and whatnot going on. So we'll see how things go. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to check out the Discord down below. There's a link there. Come hang out with us. Ask questions, post what you're working on. All is good fun. If you want to support the channel, ways to do that down below. But other than that, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all next time.